Alright, man, I know I haven't made a video in a long time. Everybody that's ever watched any of my content, the few people that have, know that I'm not much of a big YouTuber, so I'm going to skip introductions and get straight to the topic of the video. This is kind of a response to the situation with Weapon Wheel Podcast and Hard8 Times, both of which I was previously a big fan of. Especially Hard8. Anytime he ever makes a video, I always watch. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He's not like big time. He's no PewDiePie or anything like that, but I just love his content. And I think he's a stand-up guy for the most part. He's not perfect, but nobody is. Whenever he does something wrong, he owns up and tries to make amends. When I heard the situation with him and Kiss Move's girl, I thought that was a little bit off-put. When he attacked Kiss Move's girl. But he just wanted to hit Kiss Move where it hurt. You know, we were, dudes talking over the internet. You can't throw hands and settle beef that way. So he wanted to hit, him where he thought it would hurt the most. So he called out his girl thinking, this is how I could really get under Kiss Move's skin because he's pissing me off right now. And he attacked basically her. And it did. It got him upset. But Kiss Move was already looking for reasons. He showed in his video, like, he was already looking for reasons to, bring this before Weapon Wheel Podcast and, find a solution, I guess, to the problem. He was already looking for reasons. He was trying to get, to provoke Hard8, get under his skin, blah, blah, blah. And he succeeded within reason. When I heard that Hard8 contacted Kiss Move's girl and found a way to actually do that and went through with apologizing to her personally, I thought that was a real stand-up move. That's one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of Hard8. He keeps it 100, and he stays true to his convictions. Whenever he does something that I disagree with, or what my girl would probably have disagreed with, him calling her, all these types of names and, attacking her to get to, Kiss Move's skin, under his skin. My girl probably wouldn't have necessarily agreed with, that tactic. But, he felt guilty about it, as one should, and he made amends. And that's one of the reasons why I love watching Hard8's content. Now, honestly, I do hope he watches this video, because this video is sort of directed mostly at him. And the main point of this video is that I know he says it's not, in the cards right now to do another podcast, maybe make some appearances on other podcasts. And let me tell you, dude, you can do this. You can make a podcast. And you always jokingly say, BG, you don't really do nothing. You just come with topics, And, that's very similar to how it is for a lot of business owners. They put up the startup cash and put in the startup work and put it all together, and then, it's an easy ride. They get to pull in the profits while their employees, get paid whatever, basically minimum in a lot of cases, where the, owner gets to pull in the main profits, and because of that, he basically runs the podcast. He's the boss, per se. And I know you talk like, this would be easy for anybody to do your job, so easy, blah, blah, blah. But in the same breath, you're not usually the type of person that says, I can go out and put together all these personalities and stuff like that. And I know that's a little bit outside your comfort zone to go out and seek out people that, want to join up with you. Because you are very particular. I mean, I don't know you personally, obviously, but I've watched your content long enough, I think, to know that you're very particular about the kind of people that you like to fuck with and call your own. And if it was your own podcast, you want to have people that you could, call your own. And yeah, I think you can do this. I think it is a little easier said than done, obviously. You know this, but you can do this. You might require going a little bit outside your comfort zone. I know you don't really like to seek people out like that and ask for favors per se. You don't want to be in debt to anybody or look like you're begging or anything like that. You're a prideful brother, and I understand that. I have some aspects of that as well. I try to set my pride aside when I can, when it's necessary, but, we all have our pride. The reason I kind of wanted to make this video is, to, meet you halfway, to reach out to you, if you're looking for new people to build a podcast with. And, dude, I would be honored if you hit me up. You know, hold open interviews or talk to people. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber. Like I said, I really don't have much of a YouTube presence. But if I had an opportunity like this, you're damn sure I would fucking want to hop on that shit. Especially, you know, rocking with one of, you know, the YouTubers that I consider myself a big fan of. And I like to think I, you know, keep it 100, just like, you know, I see you do on YouTube. I like to stay true to my convictions and same shit you do, man. You mentioned also in the video that you're not sure if you'd really want to build a podcast that with people that are trying to make YouTube in a living. Dude, I'm not really trying to do that. I just want to have, you know, a community, you know, that I could talk games with. I live on my own with my girl. I have a job. I'm self-sustaining. I'm not looking for YouTube money. Maybe if I were to ever, you know, make it there one day, that'd be, you know, cool. But I'm not really looking for that. I'm mostly looking for the, you know, community. I don't really have anybody around immediately that I could talk games with. My stepbrother, I talk games with him, but he lives, you know, in his own place. And we don't hang out as much as we used to. We used to stay together, but yeah, I don't really talk to him as much as I used to since we don't live together anymore. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. You know, maybe to pull in a good audience and, you know, talk about what I know and my perspective on games and stuff like that with a group of guys that, you know, I enjoy hanging with. That's, you know, that would be ideal. So if you decide to do this, and I think now is a great time. I mean, a lot of people are still following you. This situation is fresh. And I don't think you want to sit on it too long. You don't want this this podcasting wave to pass you by. Like, this is a good opportunity and timing to hop on this, especially since you're such a compelling personality. Probably one of the most compelling personalities I've ever seen on YouTube. People find you extremely entertaining. And if you were to do a podcast, I think it would be really successful. Imagine being able to build your own damn empire. You know what I'm saying? And Patreon does open up a lot of opportunities for you to grow. I think it would be a situation that would work out well for you should you decide to go that route. And I'm making this video to basically meet you halfway on seeking out members. If you you know, want to hold like open interviews or contact people or blah blah blah, cool. I mean, if you're interested in hitting me up, cool, I could help you with that, whatever you need help with. But yeah, basically, I would recommend, in my heart, I feel like it's the right thing to do to hop on it as soon as possible and not let this situation rest. I would capitalize on the extra views and you know, traffic that you're getting right now, given all the, you know, shit going on. And I also think it's a good time to sort of make moves on your own and kind of cut ties, you know, with the old and move on to the new. I totally respect your decision from not wanting to really return to Weapon Wheel. I'm kind of saddened by that. I think you guys had a great thing going while it lasted. It's the end of an era, dude. It's the end of an era. No other way to put that. And I am deeply saddened because I think the personalities in Weapon Wheel had with you there was really strong. And you guys all made for an entertaining podcast. You know, the conflict in personalities and, you know, shit like that. And you all played games together, and it was always a good time. All the extra events that you guys did, it was always good fun. But now with you gone, the podcast has certainly lost a lot of edge. You know, who's going to sit there and check the, you know, guest stars, trophy and achievement information and shit like that? Like, you're not going to get a whole lot of that. You're not going to get a whole lot of these 1v1s and like making bets and instigating about somebody else's gaming skills and shit like that. You're not, Weapon Wheel doesn't really going to have anybody like that anymore. I mean, Black Bond could carry, you know, some of the weight in that regard, but, you know, as we recently seen, Black Bond's a little two-faced. I've never been a big fan of his. The way this whole situation went down, when I heard what Black Bond's response to it was, I was like, dude, that does not sound like Black Bond. It's almost a little hypocritical, if you ask me. For a dude that likes to believe that he doesn't, you know, feel too emotionally about internet situations, for him to react that type of way did not seem, you know, within his usual character. And because of that and things like that is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of Black Bond. And when I heard Jack Move apparently didn't vote, if I heard that right in your video, Hard8's video, that is some straight bullshit, man. You vouched for him time and time again, and the fact that when the chips were down, he didn't have your back. That, I mean, dude, like, I don't know, man. I would feel a little bit weird about the Jiggy Truth after that. I mean, I know you guys were working on something on the side, and that would, you know, also be an additional opportunity. But you at least need to bring this up to him, if you ask me. If you want my opinion, you at least need to address this situation with him and make sure, you know, set the story straight, you know. Did he not have your back because, you know, he wanted that extra cash in his pocket? Like, that's a fucked up situation, considering how much you had his back in the past and tried to keep him on the podcast and keep things together and hash any beef that you have ever had with him. You always kept it together with Jackman because you consider him a friend, you know. And to hear the one time that really mattered that, you know, he kept his mouth shut, like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was shocked to hear that. And I was also surprised about Black Bomb's reaction. You know, you saying you're mostly in it for the money. Like, that's how it is for a lot of people with jobs, you know. And even though you were in it for the money, even though you claim that's the case, you always did your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it wasn't the same as it was in 2016 when you were really into it, but you still did your due diligence. You were still present for the podcast. You showed up. You discussed the topics. Had a little bit of fun with it here and there. With it, you know, when there was a topic you wanted to discuss, when Weapon Wheel Court came up and shit like that, you still put forth your effort and your personality, and that's why the podcast was still so much fun to watch. So yeah, I just wanted to get a little bit of my thoughts out of the way on the situation. I think now is a perfect time to explore other options and other opportunities. I think you can do this. I think you just need to get over the initial hump and you know, step out. That's going to be the hardest part, dude. Stepping outside your comfort zone. I know it's not your usual style. Like I said, go seek out people. But I figured, you know what, hell with it. I'll meet him halfway. If this is something, you know, he'd be interested in, I'll meet the dude halfway and make it that much easier on him. If, you know, you don't decide to do it today or tomorrow, that's cool. If at any point you want to hit me up, dude, you can. I'm going to probably try to leave this in YouTube message box, Twitter, stuff like that. But yeah, anytime you would want to, you know, hit me up, or if not, I don't care. I'm still going to watch your content. Whoever, you know, you decide to do this with, if you decide to do this, I'm still going to watch your content. I'm still going to probably love your content. But I figured, you know, I'd put it out there that if you need, you know, extra people to build around, hey, man, I'll meet you halfway. I don't want you to have to do too much work and seek new people out, because I know that's hard. You know, BG has a lot of, you know, in his roster with the Weapon Wheel, and how many people does that leave? You know, you're going to have to basically build from scratch with new personalities. And, you know, I figured I would reach out and help give you an opportunity to do that if that's what you want. Yeah, so if you're interested in building something, which I think is the right move to do, hit me back, dude. I was saddened by the events that transpired. I think you handled it well, despite how initially angry you were with the situation. I know you wanted to, you know, roast Kiss Move, get under his skin, and you successfully did that. He fired back, and it seems like he kind of won the situation. I mean, as sad as it is to say, I didn't really feel like he had that much leverage, but he came out on top. I'm not really sure how it happened. Really, actually, I do know how it happens, because my other motherfuckers didn't have your back when, you know, all said and done, which is sad. And I did not expect it to go down that way, especially in defense of Kiss Move. I was happy to hear, though, you apologized to his girl, and the fact that she is so nice is awesome. It got you in a positive mood. That's awesome. And hopefully that positive mood carries you forward to, you know, building something new. You know, that positivity, you channel that into something else, because I know there's been a lot of negativity floating around in your YouTube space, at least as it seems to the outside viewer. That's definitely what it seems like. So for, you know, her to give you a little dose of positivity, that is nice. Also, yeah, like I said, you mentioned you want to build somebody, you know, build a podcast with people that aren't trying to make YouTube their core living. That wouldn't be an issue with me. I mean, I don't know if I should even do this or not, but yeah, I got, my PC here. This is my own gaming office. Here's my little love seat that I game on. I'm a big fighting game fan, so that's an arcade stick. It's not real well lit. Got the recliner over here. Is a nice new recliner. And then, I got my 4K TV. You can't really see it. It's not as nice as yours, but 65-inch X900E. I was a little worried going with OLED screens since it's such, new tech. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be an early adopter or not on that, so I went with a more affordable traditional model, conventional LEDs. But the 900Ds, it's nice. I think it's a pretty nice picture. It gets nice bright HDR picture. So, but yeah, I'm going off on a tangent. I digress. So yeah, if you ever decide you want to build something and need some help, or decide you want me as a personality or anything like that, hit me up, brother. I would love an opportunity to do something like this. I think it would be a great opportunity for me. I would love to do it as a fan, even make a guest appearance on anything you would do in the future. But yeah, it's going to require taking a leap of faith. I know it's not your usual style, but doing something like this, it requires some, rolling the dice and maybe taking a leap of faith. But I figured, if somebody could reach out and meet them halfway, maybe that would help. But I just wanted to give you, reassurance. I know you don't need no other fucking random dude's reassurance or anything like that. But I just wanted to let you know, like, you can do this, man. Yeah, I know it always helps to get words of encouragement, even if from somebody random. You can do this. This is not without, outside your expertise or anything like that. This is not outside the realm of possibility for you. So I just wanted to reach out as a fan and say a few words. So I appreciate it. I will try to leave this Twitter, Twitter and YouTube, however I can get in contact. Not sure if I should message it through PlayStation Network or what, but maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Yeah, good making the video. I know I haven't made one in a long time.